I don't need to
And
know
we
now.
are back, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, came in real hot with it that time. All right, where's that damn music I always hear about these days?
Oh, roll 20.
Is it working? Is sound happening?
Shout out roll 20.
For me. I have it. Yep.
Damn it,
Yeah,
it's
I
not
hear it.
happening for
Oh,
them.
exactly.
Hold on.
Oh,
They don't need it. You
yeah,
guys
you're
don't need
right.
music, right?
Do this.
They need
Do this.
music. Oh, no music for chat. Oh no.
I'm working on it. I'm diligently working on it right now as we speak.
We
Mommy,
can all
you
just
did
stop
this
beatboxing. You
track?
guys pull up an extra tab and you just play a mix of electro swing music. It'll be in perfect harmony with what's going on in the story.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. If you want to get with that swang, what is it? Is it
It
swing?
It don't mean a thing.
You don't mean a
If you
thing
ain't got
if
that
you
swing.
ain't got that swing.
Got
You
no
guys got
swing.
music now? There's music now? Fantastic. On the ball. Sorry, guys. My computer updated to Windows 11 because it was non-consensual by Bill Gates. Anyway, when we last left our heroes... Oh, hold on. I forgot. I got a block.
No, leave it on. Dang it.
You know I have a specific one just for you, Dag? It doesn't
It would
cover,
make me
it
even
doesn't cover anyone else except you.
Dang it.
Standing in the center of the crowbar, our heroes were able to dispatch the malfunctioning security system, the Bruise. Having felled their foe, the party invited Jerry back in to once again reclaim what is rightfully his. And, of course, what is rightfully theirs. Room and board for that of a week. I think that's what we said. I can't remember.
It was forever.
It's not forever yet. As the group sat down for a well-earned meal, they decided it would be best to spend a little bit of time bonding through such wonderful friendship-building activities as out drinking one another, which went very well. Or trust fall exercises, also went very well. But at the end of the day, a group of misfits that somehow found each other started to become a little bit more of a collective that night. The following morning, they decided to search out a small trap door that Grimoire had discovered just behind the bar rail. And while down there looking for the ooze that seemed to have been manning the security device, while they weren't able to find the ooze, they were able to find another. An apparition grew forth of Jerry's godfather, a strapping fighter named Pavo, who first challenged the strongest of the group to a fight. But after completely and utterly decimating Oksana, he offered to train them if they so wished. With no more answers about the strange ooze that had appeared, the party headed back upstairs for breakfast, and afterward leaving to go to Handler's Market to secure the job posted on the board. There they were able to locate the shop Kissed by a Rose, run by the shop owner Rose de Mort, a curious character with questionable wares. She asked the party to dispatch a gang of undeads at a local graveyard in Dogsbreath, who was stopping her from collecting her resources that she used to create her items. In exchange, she offered 50 gold pieces and the prosthetic lamb for Grimoire, to which the party agreed. However, in order to take the prosthetic limb or lamb with them, V offered to leave her triangle there in a form of layaway payments and taking it for Grimoire. With the mission set about them, the party considered what is the best way to safely travel around without their papers, and thus decided it might be best to go see their old friend Nick to find out if he had any leads on how they can easily move around the city without fooling every guard that they see. And so, our story continues. As you all begin to make your way down the cobbled streets once more, it is just about midday at this point, as the sun rises just above your heads. Another beautiful day in Dawnsgate. Weather's not too cold, not too warm. Just that perfect spot of sweater weather. What would you guys like to do?
So, do we have any idea where Nick normally hangs out? Tristan? Nope. Okay, he's going over to a vendor to buy some rats. Okay, that's weird. Does anyone else know where Nick happens to hide out?
I
Why
could
do
only
we-
assume it was the last place that we saw him at with your mom.
Yes, that was a quite concerning revelation. All right, well, let's try back there then.
Well, we might have to wait on Tristan though, because there was that little thing that came round, and he had to say a password to it.
Look, as far as I'm concerned, Tristan can keep up. Last time we had to follow Tristan, he tried to throw us into a dark alley, literally made dark by him.
Very
Password.
true.
That's right. It was password.
Yes.
That's right. The best.
Yes, no, bad. I remember a lot of things. Is that you okay, Tristan? Have you got your breakfast meats now?
That's good. I get my breakfast tea.
Oh God, he ground the rats down into a tea.
Jesus.
This is
All right,
what
well,
the
that's-
capture.
That's probably the most intimidating thing I've ever seen you do. All right. Well, Tristan, given that you concealed some of the way, why don't you lead us to where we saw Nick last with my mother?
Okay, where are we at now?
This looks like maybe Market Square, maybe
We
over
are
by
in
I don't know where the hell we are.
Handler's Market.
We are in
Handler's
Handler's
Market.
Handler's Market.
You all
That's
get
the one.
this inspiration.
No. Hey, I had to know. I knew it. Can I have
That's true.
inspiration?
Maybe. We'll talk about
So
it later.
She's always getting inspiration.
Look, I knew I was in a market.
I earned my inspiration.
Well-
Okay, anyway.
So, as I have no idea where we are, can I roll for it and just hope for the best?
I mean, if you vaguely... Oh, yeah, you weren't here last session, so that doesn't really work. Also, why are you all wearing
Tristan
hats?
was?
I just realized this. No, Swiss
I already
wasn't.
had my hat on, but then someone mentioned how both Rob and Swiss are cosplaying as me today, except they didn't have it backwards, and I wanted
Oh, okay.
Oh, that was
unity.
Oh, that's what we're doing. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, that's
I guess-
totally what we did.
I guess that makes more sense. So, Tristan, you guys
Do I
went
need a hat?
to... Sure, I mean, if you want to go get a
I
hat,
help.
Yeah, right.
it'll probably help.
I'll turn mine backwards and how's that?
Oh yeah, there we go.
Oh, okay, great. Now I can't tell which of you is which. Fantastic.
That's very confusing.
Tristan,
No, it's me, Sicarius. What up?
I'm going to
Oh my
mute
God,
everyone in a
there's
second.
a-
Tristan,
Oh, Basil. I don't even know how to fucking talk like you.
I don't even know what that was.
Yeah, backwards now.
Backwards. There you go.
Okay,
There we
and
go.
that is the whitest hat I've ever seen in my life. It has a
It is
built-in...
glowing.
That has a built-in...
It's-
Yeah,
Glowing.
Jesus.
It's a Twitch hat.
I feel like for the people listening on podcast, Dag is wearing a very white colored hat that is glowing.
It's literally like effervescent.
Yeah.
Look at that.
It's like the
Yeah.
moon.
It is.
It's like
Stunning, really.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Oh, G,
Okay.
you're right.
I just have
Great
one
episode, guys.
question.
can I just tell Swiss what he missed last time?
Okay, yeah.
Okay, you went from Nick's place to another place called Crowbar, and then you defeated some booze in there. You stayed there for the night. I literally just said this all in the recap, but either way. Then you went to the Handler's Market, which wasn't far from there. So all in all, you've only really traveled probably about a 5-block radius in total.
And you guys don't.
Also,
know
we
where
would all
are.
know the way back.
Yeah.
We know where we are. What are you talking about? You're the one who just said, I don't know where I am.
Okay, I know the way back. Everybody follow me. And then she'll start leading the way.
Okay.
Okay.
This is the episode we die.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is it.
100%.
This is it.
Rightfully
Look, to be
so.
fair,
I mean,
to be fair, we just said where we went. We don't know how big Handler's Market is. We don't know how many twists and turns there are. I mean, I get lost in my own neighborhood, so
That's true.
I mean,
that's
it
more of a
was
statement
pretty
on
dark
me.
last
That's fair.
I think
Mm.
so.
All right, so we're following Oksana.
Yes.
Yes.
Fantastic. Okay.
Yeah.
Don't like how you said that.
As you walk for roughly about 20 to 30 minutes, you suddenly realize that Oksana has really just been walking in a circle for the last 20 minutes when
Hey, I-
Grimoire begins to step in and leads the group back to Nick's
got these
office.
guys.
Once again, arriving at the familiar door, you see the reinforced painted wood door to Nick's office. Again, as you approach, you see a small spigot that seems to magically pull itself in front of the doorway where it wasn't before. As the lens kind of pops open to it, you see once again a familiar eye stick out as it looks back and forth, up and down, before focusing directly on Grimoire.
I hope you didn't change your password.
As you say that, the eye blinks itself closed once more. The lid covers it as it moves once again into the top right-hand corner, disappearing from view entirely. You hear the click of the door lock open.
Well,
Great. Let's go.
hey, after you.
Walking inside, you come in front of a bit of a startled Nick, as he seems to be engrossed in some paperwork on his desk. Looking around the rest of the shop, you don't see either Sarah or Tinsley at this point. If it isn't my favorite Gumshoe Juniors. Didn't think you'd be back so soon. How's Tricks?
Hello. I don't know what you just said, but we are here because we need papers.
He looks down at his desk and rolls a couple up and offers it to you. You need to write something down there, kid?
No. Documents.
I'll take the paper.
All right.
It's so we can travel between areas of the town.
Thank you.
Yes, we need to go to Dogsbreath, but then eventually, possibly, return
back.
here. And the last time, we were in a bit of a pickle because none of us have papers, real ones. So we were told that you may be able to hook us up with some counterfeit papers.
So
We're
I
supposed to be talking in like code for this, though. I'm being very brazen about it. I think you know what I mean. And he just winks at him.
He gives a little bit of a wink back. So if I'm hearing this right, you're looking for some city passage permits.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, personally, I don't have any on hand, but I might know of a guy that can help you out in this kind of situation.
Perfect. Who is it?
He's... what's the word? Responsible for incoming and outgoing individuals new to the city. Immigration would probably be the right word for it. Kind of a customs type guy.
What's
He
his
might
name?
be able to help you out. He owes me a favor. His name? Jacka Spurs.
Jacka Spurs.
Jacka Spurs. Yeah. He
I
works
feel like
the...
This is a setup for a joke.
I know.
It's just sort of an unusual name. I don't mean to be rude.
Well, I mean, Grimoire's a pretty unusual name, too.
It is pretty stupid.
It's
a little
beautiful
harsh.
name.
Yes, I wouldn't say it's stupid, Grimoire.
I don't care.
All right.
Where can we find this jackass?
Sorry. I wouldn't call him a jackass per se, but Jacka. You can find him up towards the Cobbled Crown. V, you would immediately recognize this name, as this is the primary sky docks of Dawn's Gate.
Oh, I'm quite familiar with that area. Thank you. No problem. We can get there, no problem, right, universe?
Most of you would know, who are familiar with the city, would know that there is directly in the center, traveling through the tunnel system within the Skystone, a large rising platform that can take you to the very top level, which is where the crowned cobble is found. Cobbled Crown.
All right.
Crown's cobbler.
Yeah, that one.
But V doesn't recognize the name, though, of that guy,
No.
of Jackass.
No.
Okay.
Jacka. It's spelled Jakga. Jacka.
G. Now you
The G is silent.
Hey,
J-A-K.
G-A. Jacka.
I was way off.
I put it in our.
Yeah, but the G is silent.
Yeah, the G, sure. We can make it so the G's silent. That's fine.
Jacka.
It sounds the same either way.
Well, thanks for pointing out my speech impediment, Bobby, but yeah, sure, it sounds the same. Appreciate that.
All right.
Let us go speak to these Mr.
Yes.
Well
I
played.
can lead the way this time. Fantastic. We don't have to worry about Tristan casting darkness on us all.
But I'm sure we
Okay.
still have to worry about that, even though we know where we're going.
Right, but he'll be behind me. This time. at least.
Look, when you start like poking holes in it, he's gonna find a way around it just to prove you wrong. So just, we all know that you could do it. Just, it's fine. He just looks at Tristan.
All right, let's go.
Darkness.
Oh my god.
All right. As you leave the office of Nick, as you walk out the door, Nick calls back to you. Just tell him that I sent you. He'll know he owes me a favor.
All right.
Nice.
Okay. Closing the door behind you, you now begin to follow V, taking the lead for once.
That was really for once.
Well, it's your first
About
time
time.
doing it, right?
Okay.
Yeah. For once. But
It just sounded snippier than it should be. Okay.
okay, fair enough. I'm sorry. As you follow behind V for the first time,
I'm sure I have led us somewhere. I've gone out a door first.
no, you were
something.
literally blind the last time you followed them, or they followed you.
Okay,
Anyway,
we are
moving
following
forward,
V.
yeah. Following V, she leads you closer to the city center proper. As you get closer and closer to the interior of Skystone, you take note that the buildings now start to become a little bit more vertical. Almost like they've been carved directly into the blackened stone face. Finally making your way to a single point, you find a large archway carved directly into the rock that seems to lead inward to the center of the stone itself. The tunnel much larger than any you've ever seen before, easily standing 20, possibly 30 feet high in the air. You see a number of individuals walking in and out like it's a common interstate or highway for us Canadians. Approaching inward, you come to a bit of a line. Directly in front of you, you can see that they're now closing off a number of gateways leading to a circular platform that seems to be made out of some shimmering silvery metal. As the last gates close, you see a number of individuals, as well as carts, cargo ships, a variety of different objects that slowly start to ascend up into the air. You hear an individual not too far in front yell out something to the guard that seems to be residing. "Is this going to take long?" Guard fires back. "Nope, only a few minutes." As you continue to wait.
Maybe we should see what's the holdup.
I could see if I could just get us to skip the line. We'll see if there's anyone I know up there. Hold on, I'll be right back. And V will go.
Bless you, Grimoire. Hand you a handkerchief.
V will go to the front guy that's like controlling entry.
Okay. Walking forward, you see what looks to be a guard, although dressed down a little bit. Not in the heavy-set armor that you've seen some of the other town guards wear while out on patrol. This one much more in uniform than in any kind of protective gear. "I'm sorry, ma'am, you're gonna have to wait in the back."
Oh, Tom, right? You're Tom. We've met before. Don't you remember me?
Where would I remember you from?
That's kind of rude. The other night. Just a few weeks ago. You and I.
Are you implying that something happened between the two of us?
Oh, I get it. And V will wink, and she'll come in a little closer and say, "Look, just as a favor between the two of us, can you get me and my friends ahead of everyone here? We're in a bit of a rush."
What's in it for me?
Well, I won't tell anyone about our little transgressions.
Go ahead and make a deception check at disadvantage for me.
Okay, fair. Oh my god, no fucking kidding you. I rolled a 20 and a 19. Oh my god.
Whoa.
Holy shit.
That stinks, doesn't it, Dave?
It
Hold
does.
on.
It's fine.
Stinks when you give someone disadvantage and that happens.
It's fine.
Plus
It's fine.
5. 24.
24. Okay.
Oh, okay.
As he pulls back a little bit, his face changes for a moment. Well, I'll be honest, I don't remember any transgression, but my wife would kill me if she learned of anything.
It's all right. Like I said, between you and I, just do me a little favor.
Oh, all right. I think it can be done, but this is the last time I hear any of this, yes?
Absolutely.
Are those your friends back there?
Is he pointing at
Yeah.
the group? Yeah. Yes, the ones waving. Yes.
Yeah, send the diplomats' guards forward.
Oh, very, very smart.
I didn't know that he was a diplomat, eh?
Oh yes, very diplomatic.
Very impressive.
Also, I think she fucked that guy. She just kept walking forward. I only heard murmurs, but I think...
As you approach, all right, you're on the next lift. Just remember, no word of anything.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Talking
We
about
will
when
wink
you
again.
two made of...
Grimoire.
Hey. Oh,
Yes.
I got you.
Yes.
You dirty dog.
Yeah.
You'll get on the platform.
As you all begin to see the platform now lower, landing exactly at foot height at this point. He opens the gates to you once more, as all of you now begin to approach onward. As other individuals now start to approach, you see him taking a little bit more interest in them, asking what's their purpose to head up to the Sky Docks, what's their business, etc., etc. You wait for roughly another 10 minutes or so before the rest of the platform now filled with individuals and more cargo. As the gates close all around, you feel a bit of a tug upwards before the platform begins to rise.
Greenmore hits the floor.
I'll pick him up and
floating platform shit.
Can I cradle him like a baby, if that helps?
I'll take it.
Sure.
It's better than the alternative for him.
As the lift grows higher and higher into the air, you finally rest at the very top of the platform. The first thing you take notice is the mass amount of noise all around you. Engines spurring loudly, individuals calling out orders, a number of individuals walking back and forth, some with purpose, some generally just looking around. You find yourselves in what would best be described as a bunker for the airships themselves. You can see a number docked all around in the large circular room. On two sides, very large, almost windows, with long wooden platforms that reach out to the open air. At the end, you can see what looks to be another very large cargo airship now pulling away from the dock proper. What would you guys like to do?
Where is this cobbled crown?
Oh, just this way.
So you guys would technically be in the cobbled crown right now.
Oh, just right here. We're here right now. Here we are.
Wow.
That's what the whole
Okay.
location is called.
Let us find
The customs,
Jaka.
or the person who checks people in. Like a main office up here.
Basil is just absolutely gobsmacked with everything he's seeing. He's pulled out his book and he started like drawing sketches of the ships and stuff like that. Some of the people working and things. He's just like taking it all in, very distracted.
Okay. As you begin to look around proper, there doesn't seem to be a clear indication as to where the office or, I guess, the equivalent of customs might be.
Is it clear like who works there versus who's there to be served or
Make
whatever?
a perception
in a
check
queue?
for me.
That's a pretty good question.
That is going to be 3.
3.
Pretty good.
As you begin to look around, and I apologize because I missed one of the redemptions earlier, you actually have advantage, my friend.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
8.
You stop letting Oksana look at things.
I know.
As you look around, you try to make sense of it all, but having been more of a forest-bound individual, it's difficult to really take in the totality of the circumstance that you find yourself in. You're not used to just this vast amount of people that seem to be scurrying about. It's hard
What
to...
is the point of all this? It is all very confusing.
It's all right. It's just a place where a lot of people come and go from. It's like a hub, you could say. So
It makes me nervous.
Oh.
Where can we find Jaka?
Well, I suppose we could just ask somebody nearby. We will just pick a person who looks to have any sort of authority or whatever.
Okay.
I love how you're still Alara. You're still the one that we send to talk to people.
I mean, I am the bard.
She is
this
the bard,
time,
yeah.
So I
That's
should
true.
be the one
That's true.
talking to people.
That is true.
Okay.
Oh,
As
yeah.
you look around for a moment, trying to steady the barbarian Oksana, you do take note of a few people that seem to be hauling some crates around. As you approach, one of them stops, wiping a little bit of sweat off of his brow.
Oh, here. She'll take out a handkerchief, hand it to him.
All right. He wipes his forehead, blows his nose into it, and hands it back.
Oh, fantastic. We will just hold it and drop
Yeah.
it off to the side.
Thanks.
I'm wondering, I have a question. I'm hoping you might have an answer for me.
Okay, I don't have a lot of time, so...
Oh, sorry. I totally understand. We're looking for a Jacka. Or
Jacka?
Yeah. Jacka.
Does he work here?
Yes? Maybe?
All right, well, I mean, if he's part of the offloading crew, he might be a little bit later. If he's working at admin, then he's probably through those doors over there.
Mid sounds more like this guy, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know who you're talking to, lady.
Sorry, V turned around. I was looking at them through our call, thinking everyone knew who I was looking at. So.
Even though we look at the same spot throughout the whole.
I know. What was the guy's last name again?
Mr. Spurs.
Spurs. Ring a bell, Spurs.
Look,
Spurs and
lady, there's a
admin.
lot of people that work here.
All right. Well, thank you for helping anyways.
Yeah. Best of luck as he begins to pick up the
If
cargo.
Here's somebody.
and walks
Excuse me.
off.
I have one more question.
Listen, time is money. What's up?
Okay. If you're new to the town, which is the office that you need to check into?
That right
Immigration
there,
office.
admin building. Go through those doors to the left. All of the people doing the paperwork and whatnot is right down that way.
Thank you.
We're good?
You
Yes.
should
All
let
right.
him talk from now on.
Yeah, Sicarius, I think you should do the talking from now on.
Thank you for your time, ma'am. As he walks by.
What the hell? Oh, no.
It appears you like to talk, so I'll let you.
Maybe I am
Nope.
Alara. Okay. All right, so let's go. We will head on to the admin building.
Entering into the admin building, it would seem exactly what you would think. Not a lot of decor or anything along those lines. Only one color splashed along the walls. And not as big of an atmosphere as you were just in. However, you do see a number of individuals, all lined up in various lines. Some filling out paperwork, some being questioned by a few others. But it's the equivalent of, we'll say, a medieval fantasy DMV.
Gross.
I didn't tell you this was going to be a horror episode. This is how I'm going to TPK the party, in a DMV.
We deserve it.
I know.
Yeah, we
You
do.
do.
Slow death.
But everything is cataloged and orderly. It's like the library. What? Leave me alone. I'm a nerd.
All right.
I hate this place. It seems like people are making things out of things that are not things. You know? Too much.
Exactly what
Too
you're
much
talking about.
of this.
Yeah,
Yes.
I actually in the 2 minutes that we've been in here, I've seen that guy take papers from that desk to that desk and back. What could he be moving papers from two desks apart? That's so important.
Unbelievable. Let's get out of here. Hurry up.
Well, look, unfortunately, part of immigration is going to be a little bit of bureaucracy. And we will need to follow the right channels to find Jaka so that we can get the papers we need.
You just pick your nose. All right, sounds good.
No, this
Basil,
was-
you're
this
in
was-
charge.
Oh, all right. Excuse me, madam, or sir, I'm not quite sure. I'm looking just in a general direction of the front desk.
You see, seated behind the desk, a very rotund and beastly orcish woman wearing a pair of round spectacles that seem to be broken in the middle, slightly off kilter. You can see a number of curly gray hairs coming out from both her ears and nostrils.
I think I'm in love.
What do you want?
Yes.
We seem to be searching for an employee from immigration.
What's
Mr.
his name?
Mr. Spurs.
Basil,
Yes?
you got a charmer.
Oh,
Oh, this will be good.
Sorry, I'm gonna look at her name. Does she have a name thing?
Yeah. You can see J. Case written on a small, a small, in almost like index nameplate at the very front.
Right. I'll say, Jay. If I may call you Jay.
Justina.
Justina. The beauty of this name pales into comparison to what sight stands before me. Now, I hate to bother you on such a busy day as this, but, if your work ethic is even a fraction of your beauty, then I know that you are the person who'll be able to help me. Listen, I need to find a Mr. Spurs in immigration, but what are you doing afterwards? Do you get off around lunchtime?
Nice.
She breathes in heavily through the nose as you can hear the rumbling of what can only be described as harsh mucus within her throat before spitting it harshly on the ground beside you. And you're welcome for not doing that noise into the microphone. Go ahead and make a persuasion check for me.
Very well. Hiya! That is an 18.
Wow.
Okay.
Impressed.
She leans in a little bit closer, adjusting her spectacles, eyeing you over, upping down. Well, I get off whenever I want, sweet cheeks. But if you're wondering what time I finish work tonight, well, that's only a couple hours away.
This is the Luxodon prostitute in Trellis all over again. Which is the most D&D thing I've ever said in my life.
So Basil is at this point doing the trying to learn from trying to figure this out, and it's already gone too far. Basil's nerves are starting to shake. Because all that V has ever taught him,
sweetheart, you look a little upset. You afraid of a little bump thrust?
No, not at all. I'm just worried what the thrust would do to my hips. No, I just perhaps then afterwards, I could perhaps meet with you here. But first, I have some business to conclude with Mr. Spurs. Do you know if he's in?
Yeah, I can get Jack over here for you. But how would I?
Well, I would find that. I would take that as a personal pleasure, and I'm going to put my hand over her hand, and feel all the crooked bumps.
You feel the crooked, crusty knuckles of the individual somehow, while still crusty, filled with very deep sweat.
This is hot.
Those are some deep pulls.
She turns her hands over and begins to caress the back of your hand. You can feel the large calluses on her otherwise middy paw.
It's like a leather glove.
Oh, don't worry, sweetheart. They'll hold you in place just fine.
Hell, I'm just watching. I need a constitution check.
But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Good things come to those who wait.
God.
I catch your meaning.
I'm so proud.
Well, until later this evening then. And don't you worry. I was thinking I'd do the thrusting this time. Before she slowly lets her hand away, giving a soft caress on the back of yours as she puts it back down.
What did she mean she'll do the thrusting? Grimo. Grimo, what did she mean?
Thumbs up.
Did I do it right?
I think you did amazing, but now that I come to think of it, she wasn't really impressed with she, so that whole thing really wasn't necessary.
No.
Well, it was good practice, Bess, and you did great.
I think I need to sit down.
Sure. Yeah, rest it while you can.
What?
Oh, nothing.
All right.
Let's move on past this scene.
As Justina begins to walk away, a few moments later, you see a small yet average size, potentially a little bit taller than your typical halfling begin to approach. You can see that his hair kind of goes down to about shoulder length, is very wild, as well as a bit of a chin strap beard that wraps around his chin, more of a 5 o'clock shadow than anything else. You can see his robes seem to be very ceremonial at this point, or administrative. A beautiful blue set of robes. As he approaches, you can see also a small talisman wrapped around his neck, with what looks to be the symbol of an airship on it. You were looking for me.
She'll just turn to Basil, who is now sitting, just like, are you going to hit on him as well?
I look at Greenmore.
All right.
I'll get on
Hello.
him, it's all right.
Okay. All right. Well, are you sure?
I do have one question. This is not business related, so it can wait if you'd like. Pleasantries first, fuck it. What would they call someone of your stature? Constitution?
I have a question for you.
That's very fair.
Who the fuck are you?
Nick sent us to
I'm
talk to
Greenmore.
you. He says you owed him a favor.
Oh, fuck
Also,
no,
then-
no.
Yes.
I've done
yeah,
more
yeah.
than enough favors for Nick.
No, I don't
Enough
think you
is
have. I don't
enough.
think you-
No way, no how.
All right,
I'll
which
stand
one
in
do you want to
front of
sleep? Which one do you want to sleep with?
Pick one of us, and we'll sleep with you.
Who
It's
the
fine.
fuck in the right mind are you people? Did you really just come here
Prostitutes,
to
I
give
thought
a
that was
shakedown
very
followed
clear.
by a hand job?
If that's what it takes, we're heroes.
Jesus, Murphy, oh Lord in heaven.
Sorry, Mr. Spur. I'm really sorry. We're kind of very new at this.
You don't say.
You see, I very much do, and there have already been so many decisions that I regret making, but it is quite imperative. You see, Nick is an associate of ours, and from what I gather, he is much like many of the people we've interacted with, someone who leans on their friends in times of need, and of course, this is one of those times, and there is no greater need than ours right now. You see, a danger lurks in this very city, and only we will be able to stop it. But alas, without certain allowances from people such as yourself, others will be put in danger. And I'm going to walk over to him. I'm going to put my hand in his hand.
Oh my god.
Why are you touching people so much today?
So from this
Look,
height
I have
where we're at,
very
what is the survival
limited-
rate
Once
if we
it's
jump?
turned off. Once it's
Just-
turned on, you can't turn it
Just
off.
let me.
That's how that works.
He says, Mr. Spur, we need some passes to go down to Dogsbreath so that we can save this city. Nay, not us, but you as well can be responsible for ensuring that the loss of life is kept at a minimum. Will you help us? Please.
Make a persuasion check for me.
Why? Okay. Yeah. 17.
17. Okay. He looks you dead in the eye for a moment before immediately jerking his hand away. Who in the fuck in the right mind? What the fuck is wrong with all of you?
I know. Listen.
Okay.
Is there somewhere we can go talk that's a little
Yes,
more
there's
private?
somewhere we can go talk. I think just whatever he's talking about. Just
Yes. Listen,
for
he's a
fuck's
little...
sake. I have break in 5 minutes. Meet me out the front door. Jesus,
Alright.
bloody murder and all my life. These fucking people. I'm just trying to work on
I
my
still
job.
want an answer to my question.
Fuck off!
Well,
It didn't work, Grimo.
I think it worked just fine. We're going to see him out front. You got a date later, so that's working too.
Have
yeah.
what? No.
Wait.
Right?
I thought this was
You
to
see- I
get me
thought
to
you
learn how to
sealed the
talk to
deal.
people. I don't know. I just need.
gonna be great.
Does anybody have
Yes,
a paper
ma'am.
bag?
You've made another pact. You must fulfill it.
That is the Warlock way, after all.
I'm not filling anything tonight. Thank you very much. I'm just going to go over here with
Right,
my
by
paper
the
bag.
sounds of it,
Heard,
I'm
you're
right.
not the one doing the filling.
Jesus.
As Basil begins to hyperventilate and have a little bit of a minor panic attack, Basil, you look back at the desk only to see Justina once again sitting down as she blows you a slight kiss. You can see the large lips kind of smack as a bit of ooze kind of drifts off her hand as she blows it towards you.
Oh.
Called it ooze.
I think it is important from now on that Sicarius does talking.
I agree.
He does seem to get to the point a lot quicker than the rest of us. We all have a
Yes.
weird way around getting to things.
This I appreciate.
It's a lot easier
I
to
think
get
I
right
have
to
a
the
very
point.
good strategy of establishing a connection before moving on to business. That's usually the best way to do things.
What was the
Yeah, but I
question
think-
that you had, Grimoire?
I was wondering what he's like a small child.
You wanted to know what he was.
I know he was my height too, but like he was like I looked like a small child. He looked like a small child. I just want to know what it was.
Oh, because
Where
you
are
think
you?
that you might be like him?
For your list.
Maybe. Who's to say?
Mm-hmm.
I thought we established you're a Kenku.
Well, I've just given that some thought, and then I realized that I don't have that big, hard mouth thing that he had, or
Mhm,
feathers to
mhm.
speak of, and he didn't have
And
ears.
did this one have
so a lot
long ears
didn't
like
really add up.
yourself?
No.
Then you're not the same.
What if you're a Grimoire? Like that's the name of your species.
That doesn't. That wouldn't really. Be.
Well, I mean, like an
Yeah.
orange is orange.
Sure. Yeah.
A Grimoire could
That's
be
like the
Grimoire.
only example that you could have given where that's the case, though.
Well, let's say in a hypothetical world in which we had animals named after the things that they say, you know, like if we were to say something was called a, I don't know, just off the top of my head, a Pikachu, right? And it would then just go around saying Pikachu, and it would be, of course, it would be one in the same of its thing.
I don't
Its
go
name would be-
around just saying Grimoire to people.
No, but you would name such a creature the same thing, and you mean maybe that's the same thing. It's just how else would you name it other than the fact the name you've given yourself?
Even as good with words as you are, that doesn't make any fucking sense.
All right.
What if you
Has it
make
been 5 minutes yet?
Yes.
Yep.
I have the
Yeah.
same question.
Yep. As you stand outside the front door, watching as more or less a coalition of staff members seem to continue to move things back and forth, some loading large cargo bins up onto the airship, some taking them off. You eventually hear the door open from behind you as Jaka begins to make his way out. You can see as he stands tall, he begins to stretch, and it seems like such a good idea since the last time everyone's had a good stretch. So, Let's go ahead. Everybody up. We're gonna do a little D&D. Oh, there we go. We're gonna do a little D&D yoga. Over on this side, we got the Bumbling Beholder, is what I like to call this one. On this side, ooh yeah, feel that right there. I call that the Itchy Litchy right there. Ooh, yeah. Oh. Thanks, chat. We needed that.
Especially Basil.
Apparently.
I need to be limber.
He needs to be stretched out.
As you all have a good stretch, Jaka seems to be pulling something out of his pockets. As he does, he flips open a small metal case, pulling out a strange papery tube before knocking it on the metal case entirely, closing it up and putting it back in his pocket. He puts the tube to his lips before snapping his fingers as a small flame seems to erupt on the tip of his finger, holding it up to the parchment rolled cigarette as he takes a long drag in. Oh, there we go. That's the good stuff. All right.
What's that? What's that you got there?
Oh, you never had any bit of the wizard's weed before?
I can't say that I have. Is it good?
Have one yourself, as he flips the case open towards you.
I don't like that. Filthy habit.
What are you talking about? He looks cool. I want to look cool.
He snaps his fingers in front of you again as a flame now lights up on the tip of his finger. There you go.
Magic was forbidden. Isn't magic forbidden in the city?
Well, if you got the right permits, then it's not that big of a deal. Being a city official, we can do kind of mundane things like this. Hey,
I don't like this very much.
You might not like it now, but wait till you had about, 5 or 10 cases of those, and first one's free, kid.
Great. Sex, drugs. What else can we cover tonight in this episode?
He looks at it and he just he sneakily puts it under his wooden foot and just stamps it out.
All right, so why in the fuck are you here again? You want
Sicarius.
something?
Well, you need papers to be able to go to Dogsbreath and return.
Mm-hmm.
And we were told by Nick that you owe him a favor and you'd be willing to help us.
Well, as I said earlier, I don't owe him any favor at this point. I've done more than enough favors for Nick. But if you're looking to maybe offer a favor, then perhaps I could do something in exchange.
What is with this
Don't
pleasant
laugh, Raina. You don't know what I'm going to say.
Listen, I'm already there. You don't know what I'm going to say.
No.
What kind of favor are you thinking?
Well, I'm looking for something in particular.
Aren't we all? We learned Basil is, that's for sure.
Have any of you ever heard of Bane before?
No.
All right, then. Bane is a bit of a substance. You give it to the right person, all of their fears disappear. Unfortunately, and fortunately, the substance is a bit on the illegal side. And we just happened to do a bit of a bust just a few days ago. Now, the Bane, I can do something with that. And it just so happens that it still resides on the premise here, within the Skydoc's vault. If I was just happened to receive this Bane, I'm sure I'd have no fear whatsoever and getting the right permits for you.
All right. Well, we wanted to do a heist the other day and we slept through it, so this sounds like another opportunity.
So, does this sound like a job that you can take on?
Hey, can I be honest with you?
No.
Well, I will do it anyway. I think you are crooked. You owe Nick favor. You are trying to take advantage of us. I don't think we need to do anything for you at all.
Oksana, please. What we're asking him to do is already illegal.
So why doesn't he just do it? He obviously has no problem with illegal things. I don't know. I think he is trying to squeeze us like lemon for his own benefit.
Oksana. And V will take Oksana aside and say, listen, if we go in and get the Bane ourselves, I think if we skim a little off the top, what happens if we feed the Bane to the Nightmare King? What happens to him?
Well, this is entirely new perspective.
Just a thought. I mean, I'm always down for a heist. I find it exciting. It's like a breath of fresh air.
You know what, V? Ever since we peed together, I'm feeling much better about you. You are smart one playing long game. I like
always.
this idea.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I will shut up. You do what you want.
So do we have a deal then? He looks at the rolled wizard's weed in front of him. Jesus, Bobby.
Did you just sneeze your headset off?
You really did.
That was actually impressive.
Wow.
Bless you, Grimo.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
It's pollen season. It's okay. I used to have them.
I have the worst allergies in nature.
Well, you've got about 2 minutes left before you make your decision.
We have conditions.
And what are
We do.
those?
1, you're getting us in. 2, you're going to tell us exactly what time is the safest time to go in and to be out by. 3, you're going to tell me what you are. And 4, you will, you'll keep everything hush-hush afterwards, right? I mean, you'll forget our names.
We never
we
told
never
him our
told you.
names.
He stops for a moment before looking at what's left of the butts of his wizard's weed, before tossing it down on the ground and stomping it out. Number 1. The only key is being held in the old harbor master's Drugella Drogards, a dragonborn woman of many years.
Drugella? Is that what you just said?
Drugella.
Drugella.
She's far past her retirement age, but sticks around for some higher sense of duty. But I know for a fact that just after lunch, she usually takes a nap in her office. As he kind of motions the opposite direction of the DMV room that you were just in. The key itself is a golden circlet with some type of bird on it. That's how you get in. Best time to head to the vault. It's pretty guarded during the day, or after a big shipment, but at night it's barely guarded at all. Other than an older warforge that isn't the brightest at this point. And there haven't been a lot of big shipments in the last little while. Number 3. I'm a halfling, you fucking idiot.
Hey, don't speak to
Me
him
too.
like
Me
that.
too. She writes it down.
You must be on some kind of strange curse if you're a halfling.
Or I'm just hit puberty real hard.
All right, then.
Okay.
Lastly, no one has told me their names, nor do I want any of them. This is on you. If you're able to pull it off, great. Meet me at the front entrance of the tunnels that lead up to the lift towards the Sky Docks in the morning. I'll have the papers ready for you.
That's great.
Oh, so we have to go tonight, and we'll meet you in the morning and exchange the papers for the Bane.
You catch on quick, sweetheart.
Okay. I have one more follow-up question. What does the Bane look like, and what container is it stored in?
Oh, you'll be able to find it no problem when you get in there. It's, very organized in there. But Bane itself, it should be listed as something along those lines. From when I saw it, it was wrapped in small packages with a brownish parchment over top. They seem to be packaged in sort of like brick-shaped things.
Cool. I actually do have one more follow-up question. Should be the last one, unless it sparks a question from someone else. What's the Warforged name? What's his name? The god.
Marius 5.
Mary's 5. Thank you. I'm gonna totally write that down somewhere. Probably not on these W2s.
If only
nice.
someone
Besides
had
this
given you
Waterforge.
a piece of paper not that long ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. So at night, besides the Waterforge, is there any other type of security?
There's a few guards that walk around here and there, but otherwise you're fine.
All right.
All
So
right,
basically,
well.
basically, the Dragonborn takes a nap at lunch. We have to steal the key. Hope she doesn't find it for the whole afternoon until night comes, and then we get in. Right?
However you
Hey,
figure
but-
it out, you go ahead and do it. But you never met me,
All right.
and you don't know my name. And you can tell Nick he can fucking blow it out any of the pipes in his body.
Wow.
Fair.
Ah, fuck that shit. This stuff's between you and Nick. You can fuck off. This is a business transaction, and he just walks away.
As Grimoire walks away, a little bit of a smirk comes over Jaka's face. It might be a halfling. As he turns and walks back into the building.
All right, team, huddle up over here.
So now we're going to be grave robbers and drug dealers.
Yep. Odd
And
jobs is what we were
prostitutes.
told to get on, and we were getting on it. All right, so I think pretty clear here. Getting the key will be my responsibility, right? I mean, I'm the smallest, least likely to get detected, sort of thing, right?
All right.
My request, maybe we could get a key that we can swap with that one, so they don't notice that their key's missing.
What did they say it looked like? It was like a circlet, gold.
Golden
Circlet
circlet, like a little bird or something.
All right, well,
Hey,
Yeah,
and it
they-
doesn't have to
I'm
be perfect.
sure that's just laying
enough,
around.
just enough that they won't notice right away.
mm. Yes, this is a good idea.
I mean, Grimoire, couldn't you just open the door without the key?
I could try, but that's never a guarantee.
Well, another thing we could do is potentially make an imprint of the key and then make a duplicate.
How are we
Instead
going
of
to-
So what
taking-
you're saying is I go and
To
steal
make
it.
imprint of key, then you already have key. Why give it back?
And we don't know
There's-
if this is a,
So that she would still
a
have a
key that's magical properties either.
Also
Yes,
true.
and we saw some I feel like we saw some florists, didn't we? Dave in the markets.
Yeah, you would have seen a couple stalls that were potentially selling flowers.
Did they have any of those like spongy things? You know, like the green stuff that you you put water in, it kind of Look, I don't know what it's called. Okay, it's just this green
It's called
stuff.
plant foam.
It's like a styrofoam.
It's
almost
plant
type
foam.
Is it?
feeling.
Yeah. Do they have anything like that, or
Let's find out. High or low for your benefit.
high? Always high.
Okay.
Dag always bets on high.
Nope.
All right. So maybe a potter clay. Something like that.
You could probably find it down in the ward.
Merchants.
Yeah.
Sure.
So
Dealers.
if we get that, take an imprint, and then get a copy made.
Get a copy. Where are we going to get a copy made?
It's,
No,
Well,
we
it
have to
only
do
needs
this
to-
tonight. We'd have less than 24 hours.
And they would mean
Either A,
going and getting
Greenmore
it
can
first
sneak
and
in
then
and take
giving
it.
it back at a separate time.
or you can do a bedtime story and put her to sleep.
I mean, I could.
But then won't she know that she fell asleep? Or, Basil, you could just go in without trying to hide anything and just start telling a story. Cast your sleep spell, and she'll fall asleep. She'll just think you're boring. Wake up, oh, that was boring. Glad he's gone, kind of thing.
Well, I
So he's
don't
gonna
think my
walk
stories.
into a stranger's house and just start telling them a story.
Well,
That's the less messy way.
I mean,
I think we need to not let this person see anyone's faces. All right. Go to sleep or not, she's gonna remember the last face she saw before her key's missing.
fair. That is a good point.
All right. Well, I mean, a distraction could still be quite beneficial if Greenmore is. Oh, so just before I forget, Michael forgot. Are we going during the day or during the night to take the key?
It's a nap
Afternoon. She has an afternoon nap.
Yes, afternoon nap. So we can either time it during the afternoon nap, or we could distract her during the day before the afternoon nap, and maybe use the afternoon nap as like a backup, because that will give us another chance to do it if we fail.
Oh, also, I can disguise myself. Just throwing that out there.
Do you
Well,
think she
I
would
was
take the
thinking-
key home? Do you think she would take the key home at night? We could go to her office at night and take the key then.
Listen, you guys.
Maybe.
Why you make things so complicated? He said she takes afternoon nap. Take the key while she's asleep, and then break in later.
Trust me,
There you
guys. I know
go.
plenty about this from the orphanage. You always trust your inside man, and that little guy is our inside man.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Now, for phase 2 of the operation, after we have the keys, actually getting in and getting into the vault, which is guarded by Marius 5. Did I remember that right? I don't know.
Sounds about
Yep.
correct.
Yes.
I'm thinking, now that you mentioned it, you can disguise yourself.
Yes.
If this is an old Warforged and unreliable, as he says, maybe we could pretend to be delivering a shipment of some kind. You know, I'm sure you dealt with stock of some form in your day, and you're a good talker. And what do you think? That's it. That's the whole part of my plan. I know you. Looks like you're waiting for more.
Right. So, and you mean in case? Because I'm assuming, like, in case he sees us trying to open the door, we can. Just
Well,
have
I
him-
imagine we're a pretty big bunch of people. I mean, I'm pretty small, but that's out of here. And you got Sicarius ain't no small fry either. If there's anyone guarding, they're gonna see us. I imagine. I mean, unless we're digging a tunnel and shit, which I'm not very good at digging. Are you?
No, not my specialty.
Well, we just need to distract him, really.
Or a distraction works too if you want to like get him outside so that we can slip in. But it needs to be a distraction long enough for us to slip in, grab it, get out without him seeing us. So you have something in mind.
Well, I can create
How about
visages and
we
images.
first try to get the key, and then we worry about phase 2. There is no phase 2 without phase 1.
Yes, but you don't plan the end of a roller coaster while you're riding it.
Sure you do.
No.
This is
No,
how
you do
we
not.
die. This is how we die.
You must have been a soldier at some point. Is that right, Sicarius? Some real soldier way of thinking.
Oh yeah.
Sicarius just turns around. So, shall we?
Does anyone know where she lives?
Yeah, he pointed.
So let's go.
Yeah.
Let's.
He
Wait,
nodded. You didn't catch the cue?
There's a lot of stuff in that general direction.
Oh, Basil, are you going to miss your date tonight?
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay, so we forgot about the date.
I
Somebody
don't
else
want to
will
talk
have
about
do
it. I have been. I'm trying to improve my communication skills after our bonding session last night, and it is going poorly. Either I am too far on one side or I'm too far on the other side, and I just don't know. It's fine. It's fine.
Basil, I will tell your mom you asked the girl out and stood her up.
I don't know if that was a girl or some sort of wildebeest that was shaped as a giant orcish woman, but I am filled with regret. And you're right. An honorable man should take responsibility. I'm going to go back in, and I'm going to tell her that I'm not going to see her tonight.
Oh my god.
That's what I'm going to do.
Went well.
Why do you want to make a scene?
I don't want to make a scene. I want to do
Then
the
don't.
honorable thing.
There is no honor.
But
Can
Tristan,
you do
just
it
what do you mean there's no
tomorrow?
honor?
Yes,
Can I
why-
do it tomorrow?
Yes, another time. Apologize later. We have business. are
It's better
moving,
to ask for
veins.
forgiveness than.
Yes, you could just tell her something happened or you were gravely injured or something. We don't even have to fake it. I'm sure Oksana could throat punch you again.
Yes, we'll make it look very serious.
Yes.
That's a lot of effort to get out of this. But we do have more
We don't
pressing
have
matters.
time for this. Yes, we must go.
Yes. There's a lot of investment in this. I don't like it.
So,
Let's go.
what time is it now?
At this point, it's still roughly just early afternoonish. It's only probably been about maybe an hour since you left the market.
Right, early afternoon. We should go because she naps in the afternoon. So we
Well,
should go now.
we need to keep an eye out. We gotta stay. I'll need someone with me. Anyone, doesn't really matter who. Someone quiet. And we're going to case the place, is what it's called. Got to keep eyes on the target at all times. I see a nice little bush over there. I think it's a good vantage point. And if anybody comes up and asks what we're doing, I'll just have to make out with whoever's with me, just to keep up appearances that we're not doing anything inappropriate. So who's coming with me?
I really want to be, in the heist thing. It sounds exciting. Do we
Well,
have
actually, we don't have to make out. I know that's where you're going with that, but we have to have a reason for being in a bush. And if you can think of something outside of making out, great. Because honestly, I think you're very pretty, but not for me.
We'll just
now-
wing
There's a
it.
lot of people around. We will probably blend in anyway.
You take all the fun out of. Do you know how much fun bushwhacking is? Anyway, you and I need to talk though also, because this disguise thing, I'm real excited about it. And I really want to poke at your brain here with this, because I also happen to have a disguised kid, and I was hoping we could bounce off each other a little bit, do a little acting.
Grimoire, once we're done with all this, we could start a spy agency.
I think someone should go with you. You do not sound productive. Sicarius, take them.
Sicarius is loud as fuck. Look at his armor. What do you mean? He's not going to be able to sneak around.
That is
If-
true. That
There is
true.
no need to sneak around for now.
Take
He
up
will
your
fall
armor.
asleep.
Fall asleep? Why would I fall asleep?
Not you.
Oh,
The
who?
lady-
Target. He's talking about the
The
target.
target. I'm
Look,
still
I
on
want to make
target.
it very clear. I'm the only one going in there because I have
Yes.
seen you guys try to sneak around, and quite frankly, it's
Yeah, I don't know.
pretty
how to-
appalling.
This is fair, but if to stake out the place, as you say, you, V, Sicarius, I will go get snack. I will meet you later.
All right.
Sounds great.
Yes?
Wait,
Basil,
I don't have time.
Tristan?
Wait, I don't have time to break up with this woman, but do you have time for snacks?
No, you can do whatever you want. You have about an hour. You have about an hour now to go do whatever you need to do.
Yes, you know what? I'm going to go do that, and I'll tell you what. I will return to the vicinity once I am done with resolving that, so that it does not plague my mind tonight.
All right.
All right. Well then, Tristan,
Whatever
you want a
helps you
snack?
sleep.
Let's go.
Okay, let's go.
Great.
Oh, yeah.
You can have.
Ask the
Break.
person who doesn't eat to go out
Okay,
to
so
lunch.
just so I know, Grimoire V and Sicarius are going to the office. Basil's going to break up with Justina, and Tristan and Oksana are going to get a snack.
Yeah.
Is that right?
For phase
That's correct.
one. Phase one. This
That's
is not
for
a
phase
Sure,
whole
phase
plan.
one. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Chat, I'm so glad you guys have come here to decide to watch Dungeons and Dragons, because clearly we are expert professionals at this.
Yes.
All right, so
Not only do we
as
split the party,
you-
but we do it 3 ways.
nothing wrong with a three-way. So as Tristan and Oksana walk off to God knows where,
I wasn't gonna wander too far off. I want to like sort of tail them.
okay.
She's having mommy like attachment issues.
So you're-
she's
Already.
You're watching us while we're watching.
Wow.
Okay.
Yes.
So Grimoire
If that's
V
okay
and
with Tristan.
Sicarius are going to go hide in a small bush and look through the window
Okay.
into the office.
First of all, no
Is
one
that-
said small bush. You put small bush into the universe now. and
You're
now I don't feel
literally
confident.
standing in an
Yeah,
like an
you
airplane bunker. How many fucking bushes do you usually see? It's not like you're in the
There's
wilderness
lots of
at this point in
shrubs.
time. This isn't a
There are
forest.
a lot of shrubs in airports.
A very controlled
setting.
small bush. Yes.
The Karius is not trying to cram himself into a bush.
No, we're not gonna go in a bush. We're just being incognito while keeping eyes on the target. So, we're standing next to each other, chatting, maybe laughing, and while I laugh and throw my head back, I'm keeping eyes on the target.
Okay.
I don't need to explain myself to the DM. Okay.
You literally do.
do.
That's literally the only thing you have to do in this game is just explain what you're doing. That's it.
you're blending in.
We're blending in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're going to stand outside of the building and look
A
inward.
distance away from the building that probably would be like a good vantage point between the building and the house. So we can keep eyes, but also not look like we're
What
keeping
house?
What house?
It's an office.
eyes. Office, that's what I meant to say. You know
Okay.
what I meant.
Okay. Fair enough.
Don't look at me like that.
All right. As you indiscriminately, go off to the side, making a small amount of conversation, Basil proceeds to enter once again into the building proper. Basil, as the door swings open, a strange vision comes across your eyes. And that's where we're going to take just a short break.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh, wait till you
Gonna make
see
me
what
do this?
card he got. Oh, boy.
Oh, no.
Oh,
There it
boy.
is.
No.
What card? What card?
All of the tension is in this episode.
Yeah.
Sexual.
Heist.
What's happening?
other
Sexual.
tension.
I'm the only one.
All the tension.
All right. Well, we're going to take a very short rest, folks. Do a little bit of a bio break, maybe go get some refreshments and whatnot. To those who are still watching and having a good time, thank you so much. As always, y'all are fantastic and the reason why we do all this stupid stuff. So very, very much appreciated. With that said, we do take questions on chat, on break. So if you have any questions about the cast, the story, myself, life, the universe, or anything within it, then go ahead and throw those down there. But we will be back in a few short moments. And until that time, guys, go get your orange juices. Go get your apple juices. Go get your sweaty orc juice. And we will be back in a few short moments. This is one you're not going to want to miss. Trust me. We'll be back in a few, guys. See you in a minute. And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. I did see a couple questions on break, so we'll rifle through those pretty quickly. Question for Dave. Does being flirty help us level up? No, not at all.
Oh.
We can, maybe for campaign 3. We'll see.
Life skills are important.
Fair. Question for Basil. What the hell are you thinking going back in there?
He's gone.
He's
He's
gone.
gone.
Oh, he wasn't, clearly. We'll come back to that. Question for Tristan. When you were shopping, in quotations, last session, were you really visiting Sarah?
That's
Just say yes.
for me.
We said-
me
we
and
said
the
you
DM
shopping.
to know.
All right. Undetermined. A mystery is afoot. Question for the group. Have you thought about naming yourself the Dragon's Breath Tarts?
Yes.
I think
So
that's
that's not the worst name I've heard. Yeah, it's his Dog's Breath tart. It's not the worst name that we've heard or
Fair.
come up with. So
Question for Grimoire. After fighting your fear of cats in the Nightmare King's realm, how confident are you that you can take down Basil's cat should the opportunity present itself?
oh, you know that little paper that Grimoire's been writing, like what he could possibly be on? In the footer is actually a detailed plan of how he is going to take down OG the cat.
Okay, fair enough. Basil, now that you're back, what the hell are you thinking going back in there?
What's Basil thinking? Basil's thinking he's going to do the right thing as a gentleman. Dag is thinking he's going to get punched in the face. I'm going to lose all my hit points, and I'm going to die, and no one's going to know what happened to me.
All possibilities. Question for everyone. This is obviously a foolproof plan. What's your favorite part? Mine's the bush.
Mine too.
Mine's the snacks.
Yeah.
It's a shame that Grimoire's not a Kenku, because then we could have 2 birds in the bush.
I kind of get that. Not really. I don't know if this is a legit question, but is there an after party? There might be an after party tonight, B-Town. We'll have to wait and see. We'll let you know closer to the end of the episode. Question for Grimoire. Are you wearing the prosthetic lamb?
He is not currently wearing it, no, but he does have it on his person.
Okay, fair enough. And I think that is it. Fantastic. Okay. Hopping back into the episode. As Oksana and Tristan kind of wander off a little bit away from the rest of the group, the two of you spot what looked to be a small vendor off to the side, closer to the Sky dock proper. You continue to make your way towards there. Sicarius, V, and Grimoire, standing off to the side just outside the front door, not to get in the way of anything, but slightly off to the side. You can see large bay windows that look inward towards the office proper. You can see what looks like a small reception desk that you had seen previously, where you turn to the left walking down the hallway to go to the administration section. You do see another hallway that leads off to the right. What would you guys like to do?
Okay, Grimoire, what's the plan?
Just act natural.
All right.
You too, Sicarius. You're real stiff right now. Just loosen up. Just do all
Yes.
these.
Loosen the shoulders, Sicarius.
V, what do you think?
He just stares at you guys blankly like,
Perfect. You're looking great. V, what are you thinking for your disguise? Run me down physically. What are you doing?
Oh, we're getting disguised now.
No, I'm just run me down what you're planning so that we can build off of that. I need to know that you are a reliable undercover person.
Oh, like right now.
Just tell me what you're thinking. Just run me through it.
I'm thinking I would go completely. I mean, I have to do it sort of similar to my height and stuff. So
Naturally, play to your strengths.
Right, I would probably just turn into like a female version of Basil and have like a book and glasses and look very book smart and wear a scarf and be very astute, I think. Change my hair color completely, maybe short, bob cut.
That
And
should work. That should
My
work.
eye colors as well. Ooh, and I'll add an interesting scar on my face just to give a hint of danger behind the bookishness.
Of course, of course. What's your name?
Samantha.
How'd you get that scar, Samantha?
Wouldn't you like to know?
I would.
I got it in a duel.
With who?
My mother.
Your mother? What's your mother's maiden name?
Okay, Grima, I get what you're trying to do. You're
She's
trying to
ready.
get the backstory
She's ready.
and all this stuff. But really, this is not going to progress anything. The idea is just so she's not recognizable later.
You have to be prepared for every eventuality in a heist, Sicarius. Trust me, I know these.
He's not wrong.
But you sound like you know what you're talking about. You already have a sort of standoffishness with this character and everything, so I think you'll do just fine.
As you all continue this conversation, you hear the roar of one of the airship engines now spouting off, about to take off. The sound of 1,000 hooves thundering across a plane. Welcome in, Raiders. Thanks for bringing the cavalry.
Hi,
Hello.
Raiders. Are we still in this scene? All right. Well,
Yes.
what do we do now? Do we go in? We're just looking through the window. What should we do? Grimoire, you're the leader.
We wait to see the woman in question go into
But
her
there were-
office.
But through
Give
the
it a
window
good-
right now, all we see is hallways. Do you see a dragonborn lady through the window?
As
Do I see a
Sicarius
dragonborn
says
lady
this,
through the window?
you do happen to see an older dragonborn lady now walking down the right-hand hallway.
All right.
She's there.
Does
So
it
we
look
should-
like she's walking into a position where she's going to like turn a corner and we won't see her anymore? Or is she walking towards a door that we can see?
Unclear at this point in time, but as she continues to walk, she walks past the realm of windows that rests on the outside, disappearing from view.
All right, walk and talk with me. Walk and talk. We're just hanging out. We're looking at the sights. We're new to town. All right.
Just hanging out. Hanging out. Right, Sicarius? What's your hanging out
Absolutely.
pose? Show me your hanging out pose. I want to know.
You know, the more natural that we just act, the less I can't say that word in this faction.
Conspicuous.
Yes,
Absolutely.
That
Well said. Look, we're walking and
Yes,
talking, though. We don't want to
exactly.
lose our
Right,
target.
right. Walking and talking.
Okay. As you enter once again into the office building proper, turning down the right way, you can see she's roughly about, I would say about 30 to 35 feet in front of you at this point. She continues down the large hallway until she reaches close to the very end in terms of the line of doors that reside on either side. You watch as she fumbles with a key for a moment before unlocking the door on the left-hand side, disappearing from view into the doorway. As she disappears, now alleviating your view from the rest of the hallway, you do take note. At the very far end of where you're looking, you see what looks to be an outline of a very large and round golden door far off in the back hall. You could see it seems to be made of a number of mechanisms and just the corners of what look like two desks that line either side. This doorway from where you're standing right now is probably roughly about 50 feet away.
All right, here's the plan, guys.
All right.
One of you needs to go and check out. It's a risk. Might want to check out the vault now, so that there's no surprises later. But you, for the love of God, can't get caught. So, own discretion whether one of you can handle that or not. The second person needs to keep an eye out while I lockpick this door over here. Get in there, take the key.
Well, can't you listen through the door to see if she's actually sleeping?
I'd prefer not to have to focus on two things right now. But I
So
mean,
you
we're
say
gonna
check
give it
out
a
this.
second.
You
We're
say
gonna
check
give
out
it
the
a
lock.
second.
What are you having us look for? I mean, it's just a lock.
It
It's a
making
door.
I don't know that we know nothing about this vault. Usually I want a lot more information coming in before I were to do something like
My skills are not the breaking in stuff, so I
All
see
right,
a
then you're
door,
my
I see a
lookout.
keyhole.
this. And you're my lookout then. I need
Alright.
you to distract anyone who's coming down this hall. And if someone's coming for the door there, you're going to use our code word. You know our code word?
Throat punch.
Very good. Try to work it into a conversation.
Yeah, leave or I throw punch you.
That'll
Maybe
work.
don't
It's a little
threaten
aggressive.
people.
You know, something I'm thinking Oksana would do.
Hmm.
I trust your judgment.
Why?
All right, so I'm going to go just check out the door and see if there's anything weird about it. You are going to go steal the key. What if, does anyone have any keys on them? Because look, and we will take her like golden hoop earring. Is it anywhere similar to the size of the key ring?
The key ring that she was holding?
Yeah.
The key ring that held a number of loose keys, none of them being circlets, but the ring itself is probably the same size as an earring.
Okay, never mind. I don't know why I was imagining only one key, so never mind. That doesn't happen.
I don't
All right.
have any keys anymore.
Well,
I only keep an eye on the hull. But you go do your thing. Don't get caught.
Yeah, the more I think about it, the more I'm thinking maybe we don't replace the key because it's more likely that she misplaced her key than,
right.
we're giving ourselves away by giving her a key that doesn't work and is clearly a forgery.
Right, and if there's lots of keys on the chain,
Like heightened security.
she probably just won't even check. I mean,
True. Very
it's a
true.
lot of keys.
If she has no reason to go in, she's just not looking for the key.
Right.
Very good. All right. Well, she should be asleep by now. I'm gonna put my ear up to the door. Everyone has their jobs.
Okay.
All
I
right.
walk a little further down the hallway, just so like midway to give him space behind me.
As Sicarius, you kind of set up spot in the center of the hallway. V, you continue onward to the other end. Grimoire, putting your ear up against the door. Sicarius and Grimoire, make a perception check for me.
This is
Grimoire,
sound-based,
yeah, so you get advantage.
+2, so that puts me at a 13.
13, okay.
Total of 23 for Green.
23,
Jesus.
okay. Sicarius,
19 plus 4.
as you sort of post up for a few moments, you can see a number of individuals, gathering closer to the reception area. No one really making their way down your particular hallway at this point. Grimoire, as you put your ear up against the keyhole of the door, you hear the soft, slumbering snores coming from the other side.
She had to unlock it to get in. First, I'm going to slowly try to turn the doorknob so that it doesn't make like too much of a noise to see if it is in fact locked.
Okay.
And then if it is, I'm gonna try to use my lockpicking tools on it.
Okay. You reach your hand up, slowly twisting it. As you do, you hear a small creak. Your hand freezes immediately.
Butthole puckers.
Go ahead and make a sleight of hand check for me.
15.
15. Immediately catching it in its spot, looking back and forth to ensure no one else saw you, looking back at your friend Sicarius. Doesn't seem that anyone has taken any notes. You begin to twist even slower at this point. No other creaks or cracks are heard, and it seems the door is unlocked.
Okay. I'm going to slowly guide it open.
Okay. As you gently push it open, peering into the small crack that you've just made, you do see feet now up onto a desk. You see the large, sharp taloned foot of the woman, seemingly fast asleep, leaning back within her chair, resting her hands on her stomach proper.
Okay. I'm going to prop the door open with something to make sure it doesn't like forcefully slam behind me or any of that DM nonsense you were thinking about doing.
Me?
And
Never.
I'm going to go belly on the floor all the way over to her side.
Okay.
And try to...
Okay, what are you putting in the doorway?
What's near me? What's around?
Looking around, there looks to be a what looks like a standing torch that seems to be emitting a light. You've seen these before, known as Everlights, where a magical flame kind of resides inside of a glass bowl on top of them. You also take note of a few seats that are in the office as well, and a small desk, a small shelving unit with what looks like a tiny ficus sitting on top.
Everything's too heavy or too loud, so I'm gonna take my watering can, very soft, or watering, what is it called? Skin?
Water skin?
Water skin? Yeah, and I'm just gonna like jam that under there instead, and then belly on the floor, going in.
Okay. As you kind of jam it underneath the door, forcing it to stay in position, crouching down onto all fours, you slowly make your way over to the side of the individual. You get closer and closer, and I need you to make a stealth check, and you can use advantage on that one.
18, 14. So 18 plus 8, 26.
You're easily able to make it over to the Dragonborn side without any noise being made at this point, other than... Okay. Sorry, my cat's playing with this stupid little toy that's squeaking right now. You make your way over to the side, and as you do, you now come close to face with the individual.
So I'm going to inspect the key ring and try to suss out the one that has the gold ring with the bird.
At this point, you cannot see the ring, the keys.
Okay, so it's like in jacket situation, I'm assuming. So I'm going to very
I would
softly...
say, yeah, make an investigation check for me first.
Sure. Jesus Christ. Another 23.
23. You begin to look the woman over.
This is all charging to a terrible roll, though. like when I go to actually take...
I'm just trying to get it out of the way. Yeah, I'm getting rid of all the good rolls for you.
Oh, God.
You kind of pat down lightly over top of the cloth of the robe that she wears. You look on all the familiar spots that you would think that pockets would be. But you don't feel any hard, metallic objects. As you look around on the desk, you can see that one of the drawers is slightly ajar.
Oh, spicy. Okay. We will walk or crawl over to the drawer.
Well, the drawer would be kind of right beside you. So I'm assuming that she's kind of sitting here, you're
you mean it was
here,
on the
and then
other side
she's...
of her.
Yeah, no, she's basically behind the desk at this point.
Okay. Very, very slowly and methodically pull the drawer out.
Okay. Very carefully opening up the drawer. Just slightly so you can peek in. You do see a slight shimmer of metal within there.
Why do I feel like this is a trap? Can I check for traps?
Sure. Make another investigation check for me.
15.
15. You begin to look over the desk proper, more specifically keying in on the drawer itself as you come down to eye level, trying to look just below the lip of the drawer itself. You don't see any traps per se, but you do take note of a small hole that resides just at the front of the first drawer.
It's a false bottom, I think. Is the hole small enough or big enough for my finger to fit through to see if I can pop it up?
It would be the perfect size for a finger.
I'm gonna do so then.
Okay. As you pull the drawer outwards very carefully, now seeing in full view the keys that she had pulled out originally for the office itself, you see a number of other cluttered pieces in there. A few pieces of parchment, a couple quills, typical things that you would see in a medieval office desk. Are you pulling the false bottom out?
Yep, false bottom out. Yeah.
Okay. As you reach down and begin to pull the false bottom out, you hear the jingling of all the objects within the drawer itself.
Oh, well.
I need you to go ahead and make a dex saving throw for me.
Damn it. 17.
17. Abruptly, the snoring stops. As she begins to cough a little bit, you can see her feet starting to squirm and move slightly.
She's just gonna stand super still.
Okay. High or low for your benefit?
Ah!
Hi.
Okay. The twisting and turning continues as you stay perfectly still, staring directly at the face of the woman, unsure what to do at this point. She begins to make a little bit of a grumbling noise. One more twist of the body, looking like she might be awakening at this point. You hear a small before the squirming stops and the snoring begins once again.
Continue to lift up. Well, in the softest way possible. If the keys have already jangled or whatever, then he's going to continue to lift it up. Otherwise, he's going to slowly place the keys out of the way of the false bottom.
Okay.
Continue.
As you kind of shift things around a little bit, very cautiously and carefully, you pull up what looks to be a small top of the false bottom that seems to have hinges about halfway down into the drawer itself. And as you pull it up, you see something circular wrapped in what looks to be almost like a crushed red velvet cloth.
Okay. I'm going to slowly open the cloth.
Okay. Pulling it out of the desk, you hold it in your hand, pulling the cloth open to reveal a golden circlet with a small bird directly in the center.
Okay, I'm going to pocket it.
Okay.
And in its place...
The whole thing? Sorry. Ooh, meta pigeon.
Well, I'm going to pocket the key.
Yep. I got that. You're
I just don't know if I want to put anything in place now. No, I'll pocket the key and then I'll put the ring back. Fold the velvet, or the key ring back. Fold the velvet, put it back. Try to put everything back the way I found it. Slowly close the drawer to its slightly open position. Belly crawl back out. Grabbing my watering thing. And guiding the door almost closed. But before I close it all the way, I'm going to take a flask of oil and just pour a tiny bit on the creaky doorknob. and then turn it and guide it shut.
Well done. I'll give you inspiration for that one. That was good. Well done. Well done. Okay, perfect. So you've oiled up the handle. You've gotten the key in hand. You kind of give a little bit of a wink to Sicarius at the other end, signifying a job well done. V, as you've made your way past the doorway to which Grimoire was standing in front of, you get closer to the end of the hallway where it opens up into a very large area. You can see roughly it's about 30 feet by 30 feet. relatively empty of most things, other than the 2 desks that lead up to this very large, almost 7-foot tall, 7 foot in diameter golden door. You can see 2 individuals that seem to be sitting at the desks, writing very fervently onto some parchment. On the opposite end, you can see 2 very large warforged standing completely silent on either side of the doorway.
The desks that people are working are right across from the door?
Their backs are to the door, where on either side, probably about 5 to 10 feet apart from one another, the desks themselves, as they're positioned forward towards where you're coming from in the hallway.
Okay, so V will walk up to the people at the desks, and she'll just sort of put her butt on the desk, like slide and sit on the desk, and she'll be like, "Hello, how are you today?"
As soon as you do this, you watch as both Warforged now spring to life immediately, both of them with hands upon the swords. Take a step forward. Identify yourself.
My name is Samantha, and
Samantha is not registered. Please identify yourself.
Registered? Oh no. I came in because I was curious, because I'm looking for a job. I came in and I saw all these papers, and it's just so inspiring seeing everyone moving papers from one desk to another. It's such a dream, and I thought I'd come in and talk to the people that work here and really live this life, so that I can get a grasp and understanding, and maybe a good reference.
Cannot commute. The gnome whose desks you are sitting on top of just shakes his head. There's no point in trying to reason with them. It's fine, guys. It's fine. If you're looking for a job, you'll want to see reception at the front hallway. Please don't sit on the desks.
Oh, very sorry, very sorry. Hey, can I ask you something? What is your name?
I don't know why this is relevant, but it's Tom.
What your name is? A name is relevant in all situations.
I'm sorry, miss. Is there something that you're looking for? I'm trying to get work done here.
Yes, I'm just so curious. This gold door.
There's a reception just down the hallway if you're looking for a job, right down there. The door is the doorway to the vaults. No, you can't go in there. No, you can't look in there. If you try to do that, they're going to chop you into 100 little pieces.
Oh, sounds dangerous. All right. Any pamphlets or anything about information? Seems
about
like such
the
an amazing
door?
sight. About what's on site, what's behind the door, what's in the vaults, everything about this facility. I'm trying to get as much information so I can do marvelous on my job interview.
At this point in time, he stops and pushes the papers aside, taking off the glasses and looking up at you. Miss, I don't know what happened in your life. I don't know why you're here, and I don't know why you're saying the things that you're saying. This is an office. There's nothing special. We write things on papers, we pass it to another person, they write other things on paper, they pass it to other people. There's no excitement here. We're all dead on the inside.
All right. Well, I suppose I will see myself out. But don't ever sell yourself short. You're special no matter what you do. And she'll wink and turn around.
He gives off a long sigh before putting his glasses back on, pulling the parchment back up, and begins to scrawl once again.
Can we say, while V is sort of leaving, she tries to get like a closer look at this vault door, if there's anything that sticks out?
Okay, go ahead and make an investigation check for me.
Well, that's garbage. Why does I'm so sorry, guys. 10. Looking
at it, just for the brief moment that you get a second to, the number of mechanisms and small rods and spigots and gears that make up the outside of the vault itself is very complicated. Something that, Grimoire or Basil, someone who's a little bit more mechanically inclined, might get a slight inkling of what they do. The only thing you can really make out is a small indentation directly in the center of the door, roughly about 6 inches in diameter.
All right, fantastic. We will continue walking down the hallway.
Okay. As you continue to walk down the hallway, I need you to go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw for me.
Sketchy. Brutal. My God, what garbage rolls. That is a 13.
Okay. You almost knock yourself over as you seem to bump into Grimoire just as he's coming outside of the other door. Grimoire, you knock up against the wall that creates a loud knocking noise as you can hear from the other side someone stirring and calling out. Come in! Come in!
Sorry, wrong door.
Okay. The two of you begin hot stepping, walking very quickly down the hallway. Now, Sicaria, seeing you coming down the hallway that quickly, a bit of a confused look on his face as you move very quickly, the equivalent of power walking.
Were you successful?
I got the shit.
Okay.
Let's go.
Okay. The three of you make it back towards the front reception office before quickly turning out the doorway, giving a little bit of a smile to the person sitting behind the reception desk. Somehow you've made it out alive.
Oh, yes.
Mission success.
Phase 1 complete.
Yeah.
Basil.
Oh, I'm ready for this.
Hello.
As you walk in through the doorway, a strange vision flashes across your eyes. You're immediately transported, in your mind's eye, towards a very strange landscape, one that you've only read about in some of your stories. Strange, large sand dunes make up your entire surrounding. You would recognize this as what looks to be a desert. The sun beaming down very hot over top of you, a heat that you yourself have never actually felt before. Instinctively, you begin to walk forwards. You walk up to the top of a sand dune, and as you peer down, you come across an amazing sight. What looks to be a small, beautiful pond surrounded by palm trees. Again, instinctively feeling the heat and the sweat pouring off you, you want nothing more to be close to that water. You begin to run down, almost tripping over the loose sand that falls underneath your feet, now making it to the edge of the water. And as you do, strange sounds of exotic flutes you've never heard before begin to ring out from all around you. You quickly look and turn to see what the source is, but there doesn't seem to be anything other than yourself, this pond, these trees, and the music. Turning your attention back towards the pond, you take note of another figure standing directly on the other end. A beautiful individual in very loose silken clothing, barely hanging off. You see the large greenish skin as its arms sway back and forth. The large and exposed rotund stomach now swaying back and forth as well in like a belly dance. You can see a number of bells, it seems, hung around a small chain around her belly. You can see a what looks to be a silken cloth covering just the opening of her mouth. Immediately drawn to this individual, you're captivated by this exotic dance of hers. She continues to sway around, throwing her hands up over her head, twisting her wrists above it. You see beautiful long braided locks of hair fall down with small emeralds and jewels encrusted within it, just underneath her arms. You immediately now begin to recognize the lovely Justina. She sways back and forth. You feel an intoxication within your heart itself. You become almost overwhelmed by the utmost beauty in front of you. And as the music stops, and Justina stops swaying, the two of you instinctively make your way down into the water. The white silken sheets that just barely cover certain areas become virtually transparent within the water. Closer and closer you draw forward. Reaching out with her arms, you instinctively do the same as you wrap it around the beautiful, sweaty orc body. She instinctively does the same, grabbing onto either side of your face, the palms of her hands pretty much making up the entirety of your head, as she comes in closely for a kiss. And just as your lips are about to touch, the vision fades away, but the feelings remain. What the heart wants is what the heart wants. You, my friend, have drawn the inverted lover's card. Until the next change of fate is redeemed, the only person you will trust, the only person you truly care about, is Justine. From a mechanical perspective, you can no longer help anyone or receive the benefit of the help action.
That sucks.
Oh my
Wow.
God! Who redeemed that? Who redeemed that?
Who did redeem that? I think it was
Cross.
Cross, yeah.
Ross.
Well, I mean, for all those inspirations I've been using, oh no, I mechanically can't use them. What a terrible, terrible shame. All right, so Basil is confused. He was so certain about what he wanted to do when he walked in, not but 4 seconds ago. And the hallucinations, I'm not going to lie, are a little concerning given, recent events. But this feeling, this bulging, this warmth in his heart, he hasn't felt for a long time. I would like to approach the bench. I would like to make a wisdom save to see if Basil recognizes this as love or lust towards Justine.
Okay. High or low for your benefit?
I would like to say high for my benefit, which I would say, weirdly enough, would be lust.
Okay. As you take a moment contemplating what exactly's just transpired, a man of intellect, a man of wisdom like yourself, there's only one thing that this vision could be. And that, my friend, is true love.
Basil will approach, and as he looks at Justina, he says, I don't know what's come over me. It's like I walked this life with a haze over my eyes that has finally been cleared. Like the cloud that filled me with anxiety and doubt suddenly was washed away, I think it has something to do with you. Look, I know it sounds strange, especially given we've only just met, but damn it, time and life, it's too short to waste opportunities to just let the world whiz past. Justine, I don't simply want to take you out. I want to build something with you. And I'm going to lean over, and if she reciprocates, because consent is important, I will attempt to make out with Justine.
As you lean in for the kiss,
The full commitment.
as you lean in for a soft and supple kiss, you are met with a finger on your lips. As you open your eyes once again, she looks you dead in your eye. A haze of joy on hers. Shh. You don't have to say anything else. You had me at come over me. As she grabs you and begins to make out ferociously. The two of your bodies intertwine right there. She begins to push some of the parchment off of her desk. You can feel the eyes now coming down over top of you. As
this happens, all of a sudden you see this like black hair start growing on Basil's back and on his neck as he goes into full werewolf mode.
Okay. She pulls off just as she begins to feel you begin to change, as the two of you look at each other. She stops and takes note of the surroundings all over the place. Seeing all of the eyes on her, she now begins to feel the weight of what's just transpired. Until at the back of the room, what looked to be an elderly man who slowly stands. He begins to clap ferociously. The rest of the entire area begins to clap, hoot and hollering in praise of such beautiful love. A smile crosses her face, as does yours. You can meet me here any want for that date. I owe you a bump thrust.
He whispers into her ear softly with a breathy voice that's warm against her cheek and says, "The fur gives me resistance to physical damage."
I don't know how you can be this hot with all that fur over you. I'm really looking forward to tonight, Basil.
Basil will then say, "Tonight then," and will quickly sort of straighten himself up, put some of the stuff back on the table, and then walk out with his fur kind of like, again, just sort of receding into his body. When he gets out, he's got like kind of this flushed look over his face. What the hell just happened? Right. What was I doing? The others. Yeah, this way. Nope, that way.
As you walk out the front door, you once again are met with three of your companions, Grimoire, V, and Sicarius.
Grimoire! Sorry. Don't know what happened just then. Did you get it? Did you recover the key?
Yeah, we definitely got it. Why's your hair all messed up?
Oh, nothing, just at all.
Is that lip gloss?
Yes, I was chafing, and
You dirty dog.
I thought you were going to break it off.
Basil will look behind him, a look of bewilderment, but ultimately contentment. It's strange. It seems as though the heart does want what the heart wants.
Well, in that case, just call me Grimoire, bachelor, thief, matchmaker now, and owner of 998 ball bearings.
As Grimoire stands proudly in front of you, you see your two other companions walking upward. Tristan, seemingly same as usual, eye carefully darting around. Oksana with what looked to be 2 turkey legs in either hand, alternating bite by bite on each.
I'm glad to see that your mission seemed to be successful as well.
Yes. Did you get the key?
Oh, I got the key. And so did Basil. The key
Basil.
to Christina's heart.
Basil, you look like shit. What happened?
A gentleman does not kiss and tell.
Oh.
Oh.
Well
Kiss
said.
and tell.
Oh.
But you just did.
Anywho, we're on to phase 2 of the plan, which doesn't start till tonight. So, any plans on how to spend our time?
We can get more snacks.
You have 2 turkey legs in your hands right now, Oksana.
Soon they will be gone, and I will need some more. I am running out of cat food.
Oh, and I got a flagon of ale in my pack for her too. You want it now?
Sure. And I'm gonna have the ale in the crook of my arm with the turkey legs. Drink the ale and eat the legs and just go to town.
Amazing.
Highly efficient.
All right.
It's
I will ask this. Is there anything in particular any of you want to do, or we'll just kind of fast forward to the night?
I just
I'm
have
cool to fast forward.
sorry, I just want to say that V will relay to the group what she knows about the door with the little divot thing in the middle. That's it.
Okay.
One point I did want to make is to get a good look at Chaka before I leave. But yeah.
Okay.
Even if it requires him to go back up to him and just sort of small talk him for a second.
What exactly were you looking for, if anything?
Just him. I just wanted to look at him. Just
Okay.
really understand what it is to be a halfling, what a halfling's hair looks like what sort of clothes they wear. Really just want to commit to this because he feels like halfling is the right move.
Yeah. Okay. From what you recall, he was very, very much a wildling in nature. His hair tousled, yet almost like a surfer boy kind of look to it. You did see small streaks of gray just on one side, like a small patch with a couple long hairs of gray streaks within it. Again, didn't have a full beard, no mustache, but just a chin line, almost resembling a bit like a lion, if you had to kind of think about it. His physique looked relatively strong for his small stature, and very well kept. It could be the fact that it was because he was very much in uniform while he was on duty. But while he seemed wild and, unkempt in ways, he did look very polished. So basically, in this world, halflings are basically like Matthew McConaughey.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
A small Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah, like a 4-foot tall Matthew McConaughey.
Perfect. Okay. He'll wish him farewell and hope that I never see you again. Walks away.
He reciprocates by flipping you off before you leave. Okay. Fast forward to later that evening.
Oh, sorry, super quick. During the whole day, Basil is going to start listing one by one all of the incredibly admirable traits of Justine to everyone, even unprompted, repetitively.
Okay. For the most part, all of you now, while very, very confused, understand what love is blossoming in Basil's heart right now.
I tell them about the belly dancing.
There's a pot for every lid, man.
Oh, Basil, she sounds like a great girl. Congratulations, I am happy for you.
Yeah, you know.
I'm over the moon. I cannot begin to describe just the feelings I'm having.
Are you in love?
I mean, maybe it's too soon to know for certain, but I would say I'm deeply in love with this person I've just met. It's love at first sight.
Oh.
It's so amazing to hear. And he's gonna
Right.
slap him in the face.
Ah, son of a!
Get your fucking head in the game. We got a fight to do. I don't need you going all loved up on me right now, alright? Save it for tomorrow.
Okay.
Yes, we're very happy for you that you found your true love. But right now we got to focus.
Yes, whatever. We're very happy. Yes,
All right,
focus.
get you.
Focus, Basil.
Okay.
We are very
yes.
happy. It's not every day that people find true love.
Oh,
I suppose. He's like particularly like annoyed with everything.
Okay.
One day
Oksana-
you will find it
Oksana
and you
is
will
like-
truly understand.
One
Oksana
day
is
I'll
into
find it. Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead, Jess.
She's into it. She's asking you all the questions. She's like, so is she going to come with us or will you stay here? What is the plan? She's like long-term questions, wing woman. She's very
Well-
interested. Very happy for you.
well, I was thinking perhaps if I am, of course, to be causing a distraction as well as having our rendezvous, I think maybe I could guide us towards this area, a quiet, secluded spot, and create a distraction.
Wait. You are going to make distraction? Are we planning now? We have fast forwarded and we are planning now?
Well, I mean, isn't that what we discussed before you guys robbed the?
Okay. All right. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Yes.
What
Wait,
kind
sorry.
of distraction will you do?
Yes, what kind of distraction? Are you bringing this Justina?
Well, I mean, not to the location, but like nearby enough to perhaps set off a few fireworks. Literally, not I mean, maybe, but no, just
I was gonna
literal.
say, I'm pretty sure public indecency. Well, a great distraction. This is illegal.
Yes, no, I'm a gentleman. I would never engage in such things. Remembering the admin office, maybe I am. But yes, I can create a lot of noise to woo and impress, and of course, draw attention to myself.
Okay. So you
This
will
would be
make
far away from.
Well, far enough, but close enough that the guards will the guard will come. You know what I mean? I can't be too far away.
What makes you
told
think
by our
that a
informant
trained
there's
guard
blood.
would leave his post?
For explosions? I mean, I hope so.
I'll be honest, Basil. I think you're just trying to get out of the heist so you can get it on.
What? No,
Are you
no,
a
that
part
would
of
be.
this team or aren't you?
I'm committed. I mean, there is no one more committed to the heist than I am.
It's fine,
especially-
Basil. Go and do what you want to do and be with who you want to be with. It's fine.
Well, wait, hold on.
Right.
It sounds like we can get both accomplished. Why wouldn't we? I think this is great plan. Basil gets to be in love, we get distraction.
Or
Great.
it creates a loose end. Guards come and find him, happening to have a firework display near enough to the bank that the guards come?
But I do
I
have
don't
lots
like
of
it.
witnesses who have seen the affection that I have and would be able to testify that I am,
What do you mean
simply.
you have witnesses for the affection you have?
Yes,
I mean,
also-
let's look. Basil gets flustered and cannot speak for a little while.
Well, that's a first.
All right. Well, I trust this team. Except for you, Tristan. And I believe that if you think it's for the best, then you go for it. But if you just want to have a lovely time with a lovely lady, then by all means, you can do that as well. Just,
No, I'll be fine. This will be good. This will work. I promise.
Okay. I'll hold you to that.
I think he was going to do distraction anyway. Yes?
I think so.
Was this not always kind of planned? So we are still.
We didn't get to that part of the plan.
Plan. Oh, I don't know. You know me.
It's a half-assed plan, all right?
Well, they did say that the door, the vault, was protected by a not so smart
A not
warforged,
so
correct?
wise warforged, that's correct. Look, me and V have to get in our disguises, so
Oh, wait. But Grimoire, that's magic.
and we're robbing a
Don't-
fucking bank. Magic isn't allowed in the I get it. Magic's not allowed. Neither is robbing the fucking bank.
I know, but just as a side note, when I first ran into Basil, we cast some magic and guards immediately, well, not immediately. There was a delay in time, but they knew where we were.
We don't need magic.
Wait, you're disguising yourself with magic? I just got a kit of things.
No. Wait, what? Oh, yes. I use magic to disguise myself. Yes.
Oh.
I don't have a kit. Actually, hold on. No, I don't have a kit. I almost took one before I left, but I said fuck it and took bagpipes instead.
Of course you did.
Shit.
Priorities, right?
You have bagpipes and
Well.
triangle.
Yes,
That's it.
apparently I forgot about these. I
Wow.
don't take other bagpipes. Just start
So-
playing them.
So what I'm hearing is you can disguise yourself as a bagpiper.
Sure. Is there a joke in that?
No, that's just it. It's just
Oh.
your bagpipe is a
plan.
disguise kit.
That's a
It's just-
straight
yeah.
plan.
That's it. Just walk around with a bagpipe. People will be like, that V chick. She doesn't play the bagpipe. We've never seen her with a bagpipe before. That can't be V.
Oh, that bitch plays the triangle.
And this bagpiper, she don't have no triangle. Search her for a triangle. Can't
Okay.
find one because it's with the shopkeeper.
I'll be honest here. I feel like we have about 17 minutes to rob this bank.
All right.
So again, the same goes for you, V. If you think it's worth the risk of you putting on the disguise versus the reward, then do so. Only
But see,
Fully
not all of
support.
us have a way of disguising ourselves, so we might as well just do the direct approach.
I have a very good reason for disguising myself.
Or you could disguise me with your kit. And
Sure.
you. All right. I'll
What
put
do
my
I
hair
do?
And everything in an interesting hairstyle or something like that, and then you do my makeup or whatever.
Sure, we'll stick with Samantha. You'll still be Samantha.
I like this. All right.
As for you all, should Marius be, not so keen about our presence, you guys got to take him down. You got to do it quick. You got to do it quiet. And most importantly, if he sees your face, you're going to have to kill him. That's just the way it goes.
Okay. No problem.
Okay, that's a quick response to be okay with murder, Oksana. Try not to let him see your face. If you gotta, I see some people got like cloaks and things of that nature. If you could hood yourself, then
Well,
throw
why
it
don't
around
you
in the-
do really quick little disguise on me too? Turn me into
Everyone,
a
I guess-
pumpkin or something.
a
I
pumpkin?
don't know.
I could do a tiger. Blizzard, maybe. All right.
Whatever. Just so I don't have to kill anybody.
I'll give everyone a quick once-over, all right? But that's it.
Fantastic.
We don't have a lot of time.
Fantastic.
Great.
So,
He will do a quick once-over on everyone.
okay,
Just
everybody,
very slight
including
changes.
including Basil.
Not including Basil, because
Okay, everybody but Basil, roll a deception check for me.
I love this. I love this.
Oh, hey, guys. That's 16.
Not bad.
Dirty 20 for me.
Solid pumpkin.
Deception?
Yeah.
We were robbed by a pumpkin, a woman with a scar.
22.
16.
Okay. Even with just a quick once over, and Grimoire, what did you roll?
Oh, I didn't roll. Sorry. 18. What do you add to that again?
Deception?
Deception.
Deception.
Yeah.
Okay, 19. For
19. Very good. Okay.
Now, I will say Grimoire does do something specific with his disguise.
I think I already know what it is.
It is a very short McConaughey look.
Yep. Okay.
Because he owes Nick a favor, and fuck you for not fulfilling it.
Fair enough. Okay. So, while not perfectly like Jaka, you get very close to it. The fur on your skin is still a bit of a dead giveaway, but you've done your best up until this point, where
Based.
you very much look similar to that of a halfling. Kind of pulling your ears back, tucking them up underneath your cap, kind of thing. The rest of you look very convincing. V, you look like a brand new person. Oksana looks like she's got a pumpkin painted on her face. It's you all look very good. So, as the night moves onwards,
I gave Sicarius a mullet.
okay,
I could rock that.
Oh, interesting.
all right, and Sicarius now has a mullet. So, did you actually cut his hair?
No.
No, it's a trick of like.
Oh, you just kind of like pasted it back, kind of thing. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Right.
Got my hair. He'll wake up shaven one day.
And
All right.
nobody wants art of that.
Well, I don't know. There's a place for it on DeviantArt. Anyway, as the night falls over you, you make your way back to the bunker proper. Rising up into the lift, there's nowhere near the same amount of people. It seems that the vast majority of people have gone home, found their ways back to their residence. Even a lot of the staff members are on a bit of a skeleton crew at this point. You make your way up to the main floor once again, leaving outwards. You now see all of the vast majority of the noise has died down, other than a few individuals seemingly working on their ships, but nowhere near the same level of chaos that was during the day. And as you make your way up to the office doors once more, you're greeted with the beautiful sight of the rotund, robust, and busty Justina. It seems she's made herself up a little bit, combed her very, very greasy hair back as much as possible. You can see just under her very furred lip that she has a fair amount of what looks to be lipstick or makeup kind of just sloshed over her lips, as if she just kind of rubbed the lipstick together and rubbed it on her lips a little bit. Mustache in my mouth. However, to you, Basil, she looks like a goddess. She smiles as soon as she sees you approaching. Well, hey there, hot stuff. You ready for a good night or what?
Of course. You look absolutely resplendent.
I don't know what that means, but I'll tell you, that ass doesn't quit.
Well, I look forward to teaching you a lot of things. We'll catch up later. And I'll put my hand out for her to like sort of, wrap around my arm.
Unsure exactly what you mean. She is immediately drawn to the idea of you teaching her something. As you hold her arm out like a true gentleman, she seemingly wraps her arm around the front and picks you up, cradling you. As
here we go.
She begins to kind of walk offwards. Anywhere in place you're thinking?
I have a couple of special places in mind with a few surprises.
I got a couple special places that would surprise you too.
I'm going to lead her towards the warehouse.
Okay.
Well, point her towards the warehouse.
Okay. The rest of you watch as Basil, now cradled like a beautiful baby, begins to walk off.
Break his heart.
The last thing Basil says as he leaves their sight, he can hear, the others can hear as he looks her in the eyes and says, "My, you're strong looking."
Oksana wipes a tear from her eye.
That is peak romance for Oksana.
Getting response.
All right. So Basil, are you looking to go find a remote place at this point, or what is your intention right now? What is your intentions with my NPC?
Honestly, my intention was to break up. Basil's intentions have changed dramatically from the start of this game.
Mm-hmm.
So Basil's going to take the lovely Justina to like about maybe 1 or 2 blocks away from the warehouse. Here's the plan. I want to kind of feign like a story, like tell basically a story of like, the old sailors here and like a romance by the sea, kind of spur that forward. And while I've distracted her, telling her to kind of look out, off the sky district and into the sky itself, I'm going to conjure the image of a lion and then tie that together with the sounds of a very angry lion. And then basically do the whole like, "Oh no, a lion has gotten loose. Stay behind me. I will protect you." And then do that, but make a whole bunch of commotions close enough that the guards hopefully be like, "Oh shit, a lion," and just, comes over.
Okay, fair enough. Make a persuasion check for me. And I'll give you advantage because okay, yeah. Give me
because you're a nice guy.
Check.
That's a good reason. That's a good reason to give me. just yeah. Because you're tops, mate.
Yeah, that's it.
All right. All right. That is an 18.
An 18. Okay. As you venture closer towards the docks of the sky, the sky docks, telling the tale of roaming soldiers and sailors out to sea. Very romantic, Fabio romance store novel kind of thing. You do take a moment to cast. And as you do, the lion suddenly appears. However, Justine does not fear the lion in any way as she stands in front of you. As she stares down the lion. Jeff, what the fuck? All right, as Justine eyes down the lion, the rest of you, what are you doing while all of this is happening?
I need 5 minutes.
No.
Yeah, we got like 5 minutes left.
No, I know. Okay.
I'm still very touched, but she remembers that there's a plan. So as soon as there's a distraction that seems to be occurring, I'm looking to like Grimoire and B.
Okay.
All right. We wait to see. He's just gonna like hold a hand up like this, just like, and just wait to see once like the lion roar happens. If guards come out, and if they do, we hold until they're over a ridge or something like that, and then he'll go. Come on.
Okay.
We'll rush
From
it.
the warehouse itself, you see 2 guards that immediately start to rush out to the opposite ends of the dock.
Yeah.
Okay. As you all sneak into the building, the rest of the office seems otherwise shut down. You don't seem to see an individual anywhere.
Everyone keep their head on a swivel and their dick in their pants. He just like starts going forward.
Okay. As you all do as Grimoire says, viciously turning your heads back and forth, ensuring that your appendages are where they are. You quickly make your way down the hallway once more. I need everybody to make a stealth check for me.
Oh, shoot.
Other than Basil.
Everybody pray for us.
Oh,
+8. Jesus Christ.
Oh, you got a +8. Nice. Oh, I get
21.
disadvantage. Hold on.
I forgot I loaded her with stealth.
Oh, I don't have inspiration. Guys, mathematically, I have
You do
4.
have a temptation.
I don't know how much that'll help.
Wow.
Okay.
Sure.
I got a
If the
4.
DM offered the temptation, I think he's saying it'll help. But who
All
knows?
right, it's a D6.
Yeah, just it'll be a bigger number than 4.
This is a group roll.
Oh, so it's a group roll, so yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and
7.
Jess, you apparently have received inspiration.
Oh, great. Okay, can I take it before I use the temptation dice, or
Sure.
did I already use it and we're
Nope.
just okay?
You can go ahead and use it.
Okay, so the first roll was a 4. The second roll is a 2.
Fantastic. Well done. Well done. Okay, Tristan, what did you roll?
Oh, I rolled a big 6.
Okay. So we've got 6, 4, 4.
Well, 7 because I used the temptation dice.
Okay. 7,
21.
21.
Also 21,
Ah!
All right.
which is a kind of low roll
Alright.
for me, but
Hey, spy agency team, let's go.
Okay. Do some
I
quick
naturally roll with
maths.
disadvantage, so it doesn't help.
I know. We've got so
Uh,
many loud people in this
Let me
party.
just mark this down for a second. Who used the temptation, Oksana?
Oksana.
I did. Oh no, he's
Oh,
tracking
it matters
who does
who
it.
uses I didn't know that.
That changes everything.
She's
Suddenly,
never
I'm
using
so
it
glad
again.
I've been talking
Never again.
everyone into using that.
Never again.
I rarely use it.
Okay. So we've got 2 21s,
Mhm.
and then we have a
7,
7, a 6, and a
6,
4.
And a 4.
4.
I don't think it's
Oof.
gonna be good, guys.
Okay.
It's 59 total, I think, divided by 6.
Let's
It's
just
not.
punch
It's
them.
just barely not 10, which is
Right, yeah.
It's barely not 10.
Yeah. So you make your way down the stairway proper. And while you make it into the large area, the 30 by 30 foot, you take note that there's no one else in there. However, you do see the Warforged guards, who seems to be on the floor, not moving.
How do you check if a
always a
Warforged is
wrench.
alive? They don't breathe.
What do we do? Okay, somebody else take over. I know I've been in charge up to this point. I don't know how to deal with that.
No, turn him off and turn him back on again.
No, we don't.
How
want
do you
him
turn a
going on.
Warforged on?
We don't
I
want the
don't know.
Warforged on.
Ask Basil.
Good.
Well, walking. Getting a closer look at the Warforged, does it seem like he's been damaged?
Are you so Sicarius? You're making your way towards the Warforged. What's everybody else
Yes.
doing?
You should maybe we should go and check the
Having an
door for the safe.
epiphany.
It's open already.
Grimoire's having an epiphany.
Okay.
I think
Grimoire's standing there.
Bastard. I think that rat bastard set us up. It's a coincidence that someone that came in here and killed this guy. Guarantee you, we look down that hall, the damn safe's open, and there's people waiting. They're gonna come and take us and think we did it. This is all a fucking setup, man. It's a fucking setup.
What, do you think the little guy set us up?
Yeah, the dirty rat bastard. That's what I said.
The jackass?
Yeah.
We weren't hired by any small one. As you hear this, the voice almost from nowhere, all of a sudden surrounding you, you see a number of individuals, 6 to be exact, all wearing dark robes, masks over top of their face, a very bone-like color to it with a red stripe down one side of the eye. They all hold weapons out towards all of you. What are you guys doing?
Drawing a weapon back.
Well, this just got very interesting.
Yeah, Veal, draw your sword.
Okay. Let's go ahead and I'll get you guys to roll initiative for me.
Oh shit.
Are we
I
all
wish I
gonna
had a
die?
higher depth.
Oh my god. I rolled a 1. I rolled a 1. I want to run away for a second.
Okay. Let me do this quickly. Not great. Fair enough. Sicarius.
I got a 9.
9. Oksana.
19.
19. 3 more.
13.
13. And V.
1.
Sorry, and Tristan.
Oh, sorry. 5. Sorry, I forgot to add
High,
mine.
right?
Yeah. Sorry, I rolled a 1. So 5.
Swiss?
7 for me.
7?
Yeah.
Okay. As they all kind of look towards you in a very malicious and violent manner, all of them now holding out their blades towards all of you, some of them brandishing crossbows. Oksana, you're the first to act. What would you like to do?
I will. There's no map. I'm going to walk up to, I guess, the one that's closest to me. And then I'm going to... First, I'm going to say, throw your weapons down. Who are you? Who sent you here?
Go ahead and
try to
make an
intimidate
intimidation
them a little
check with disadvantage for me.
bit. Why disadvantage, Dave?
Because we're outnumbered.
Because you have a pumpkin painted on your face.
You have a pumpkin painted on your face.
A disadvantage, that is a 9.
The individual does not respond.
All right, well, then I try to stab him in the face.
Okay, go ahead and make an attack roll for me.
That is going to be a 17 to hit.
A 17 absolutely hits. As you rush towards this individual, your 2 hand axes in hand, making your first swipe towards them, you catch them just on the shoulder. You see a little bit of blood begin to trickle. Jesus Christ. Go ahead and roll some damage for me.
8 points.
Okay, 8 points of
so
damage.
seen.
Okay. Is there anything else you want to do on your turn?
I think that's it, unless you counted this speech as a free action.
No, because it was a roll attached to it, it's a bonus action.
That's fair. Yep,
okay,
so
fair
then
enough.
that's it.
All right,
Yep.
Bobby, you're up. What would you like to do?
He's always got Oksana's back, so he's going to try to duck between the one closest to him's feet, while slicing with a short sword at their Achilles.
Okay, fair enough. Go ahead and make an attack roll for me.
Not great. 10.
10. As you slide underneath, it seems that this individual is far too quick and nimble as they're able to dodge out of the way. As you scrape along the ground, go ahead and make a dex saving throw for me.
Didn't even really roll, it just landed in the same exact spot and rolled another one.
Okay, fair enough.
So 10.
As you slide underneath, your cap comes off, allowing your ears to pop outwards.
Fuck. No.
Is there anything else you want to do on your turn?
No.
Okay, fair enough. The individual quickly hot-stepping over top of you immediately jumps over top of you, throwing their hand around your throat as they pull the dagger upward. However, there's a slight hesitation in their eye as they stop for a moment and yell out to the rest of their companions, "Hold!"
Fuck.
Civ? And that, my friends, is where we're going to wrap up for the evening.
You motherfucker. You have a
What
fake
the fuck?
identity.
What?
Oh,
We're not friends anymore.
We are friends. We're the best friends.
No.
Come on, guys. Hey,
We're not friends
look.
anymore. You didn't even tell Oksana your real name.
So sorry.
Who are you even?
You.
Do you even use echolocation?
Are you even a Babbitt? Oh man, good cliffhanger.
Damn.
Good cliffhanger.
Great
Yeah.
cliffhanger.
All right. Well, with that said, that is where we're going to wrap up for the evening. After party? Are we doing an after party?
I have some time.
Okay. We might, yeah, we're going to head over to Discord for a little bit. We'll finish up our call and head on over there. If any of you guys want to come hang out, we're going to be in Discord for a short period of time. But hey, we'll be there if you want to come hang out. Of course, as always, to all of you who have hung out to the very end, thank you ever so much. We appreciate it. Same with all of those who are listening on the podcast right now, as well as the YouTubes. Thank you for your continued support in doing all this, because we love to do it, and it's a lot of fun. So we definitely appreciate all of the support. Sure, we can do some rating for the evening. Why not? Bobby, buy me some time.
Hey guys, sorry for the deception. You won't find that kind of deception with Careful Cantrip Platinum, where we promise so much and have yet to deliver anything. Is this enough time? I was hoping to end there, so I didn't have to explain what I meant by that.
We're gonna go ahead and raid our friends over at Art Hard Studio. Hold on, let me pull this up. Great group of people over there. If you aren't already following them, show them a little love, because they are a very cool bunch of people. Very, very loving. And with that said, with the raid, we're going to do hashtag CC Love Raid, because we don't do any of the hate raids around here. If one of my mods could throw that down into chat. Again, we'll be over on Discord very shortly to hang out with the peeps. Exactly what Eli put down there. I'll go ahead and start the raid for the evening. Again, thank you so much for coming and joining us, guys. It's been an absolute blast. Hopefully you've enjoyed the romance, the action, the intrigue, all of those wonderful things. Yeah, and Bobby, you can get a dark heart next time we're around. But with that said, folks, before we leave you for the evening, I urge you one word of caution to all the adventurers out there. Whether planning some type of magical or non-magical heist with virtually no way that you could possibly win, or finding your true soulmate in a disgusting, large, sweaty orc person.
Oh, jeez.
I beg of you all, one word of caution. Be careful out there. You can trip. Guys, we'll see y'all in the next one. Love all your faces. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.